Hello and welcome to the MacMost Daily Vlog.
There's three of us here.
Three guys here today.
Yes.
And
talk about guy stuff today.
And yeah, there's an interesting article. Jay pointed out in Information Week, Mitch Wagner's column, that
Blog column.
Mitch Wagner. You all know who Mitch Wagner is.
Yeah, but we want to give credit. So Apple is basically the most hated brand name on the internet.
Why? I don't understand.
But it's also the second most loved brand name on the internet.
Oh, okay.
At the same time.
That makes sense.
And the first, by the way, being Google. But the idea being, okay, who hates Apple? Well, it's the Microsoft, not fanboys. It's Apple, the Microsoft people that hate Mac fanboys.
It's a polarizing.
Yeah, it is a polarizing subject. And actually, that's a key thing in marketing. I've always learned was that the last thing you want is somebody to be indifferent. And he listed, what was it, companies like Dell and stuff that would people were Yahoo. People were completely indifferent to.
Right.
And these are the ones that aren't doing well now. Yahoo is laying off 1,000 people now.
So it wasn't actually Information Week that did the survey. There was some other magazine.
He pulled it from.
It was a survey.
Yeah.
And basically, and he brought up some really good points about this whole polarization. Is that even as an Apple blogger or like for us when we dig stuff. Or if you, as an Apple blogger, I've run into it too. You either get called a fanboy or a Microsoft stooge. But
the great thing about having MacMost and doing everything MacMost, MacMost Daily Blog, MacMost Now, and all that stuff is we don't get called fanboys because it's kind of like, duh. That's the whole idea. It's kind of like
we are a fan site.
It's MacMost.com. What did you expect to find? But if you go to some place like Dig or Information Week or wherever where it's supposed to be a basic technology thing, and then it's like rah Apple, then you get called fanboy. It's not actually right. It's more like, hey, Apple did something great and an interesting product, and I'm going to talk about it, and you get.
Well, and it's another thing is I guess we get characterized as being totally blinders on and saying that Apple is the greatest thing ever, and for me even I know that it's not perfect by any means.
Well, no,
I have plenty.
Well, there's preferable things about the Microsoft system, like to close a window, you click on the other side.
Well, yeah.
I
mean,
that.
PCs tend to be cheaper and stuff. But also the thing is, people tend to be fans of the car that they drive. If they like their car, they're like, oh wow, I really like my car. Well, but they don't, nobody ever calls them a fanboy of that. Nobody expects you to have 27 different automobiles at home and just be like, well, I prefer to drive this one. Yeah. And it's the same thing with computers. It's like nobody expects you to be like, well, if you were, if you were a real computer user, you'd have, one of everything. You'd have a Linux machine, a Mac machine, and a Windows machine at home, and then you'd be able to talk intelligently about it. Nobody wants to do that. They choose one, they go with it, and they become knowledgeable about it.
We're not real. How many computers do you have in your house? Or how many computers do you own for?
Well, including the business, I mean, there's a
bunch.
I
mean, like my house, I have
fewer PCs than ever before.
I have 3 different Mac computers at home, and I guess my wife has a PC. You have your computer.
Well, I've got an old PC laptop and a ThinkPad, and then I've got a lot of them.
But the computers, I use lots of computers, but they're all Macs, so I'm not a true computer user.
Well, thanks mostly to MacMost. I've got a smaller percentage of PCs than I've ever had before. Yeah. Dating back to time when I only had one computer, which was a Mac. Then my second computer was a PC because I needed to do testing back and forth, and that was a 50-50 split. From that point on, it stayed 50-50, with maybe a few Macs for people to work on, a few PCs for people to work on. Yeah. And now we're all on Macs as our primary machines. And PCs, there's one PC doesn't count anymore, I think, because it's not a Windows machine. It's running Ubuntu. And another one is running Windows. And I have 2 test machines that haven't been turned on in probably 6 months.
Well, and you've also got a virtual PC, right?
Yeah, if you count that, I've got Boot Camp running Parallels. But I mean,
that's true. Macs run PCs.
So I don't know. You can't count that as a computer. Yeah. But I was using it all morning actually. I had to do some testing on Internet Explorer.
Yeah. So I guess be interested to hear what you all think. Do you think that Apple deserves to be one of the most hated companies on the internet, as well as one of the most liked? Or
I think it's important to keep a positive attitude. I mean, it's good if nobody hated You know, there's
but what was funny is nobody really hated Google.
Well, I don't know about that. I have to see the survey, but Google just offers free. Most people don't pay anything to Google for anything.
Right.
It's just free stuff. So maybe that's it. Everybody loves you if you give them stuff for free.
Yeah.
Wisdom.